It's now time for Around Town on KWN Community TV Channel 7. The views and opinions on tonight's program are not necessarily those of the staff nor the management of KWN TV 7 and Dade County Broadcasting Incorporated. Now, let's go Around Town on KWN TV 7.
Hello. Here we are today, both of us. We made
At the same time.
Yeah, we made it.
I can't believe we're here at the same time.
I know, and isn't this weather just beautiful?
Oh, jeez.
I want to go outside and dig some holes and plant some stuff and get
Hey,
my
I
hands
just want to
dirty.
go outside and look at the sunshine. You might want to get to be doing that because I hear it's going to rain tomorrow.
Well, I don't know if you've all noticed, but our city street employees are at work down there by the creek. Did you see that?
I seen that. I love that. You have no idea how I love that.
But have you been by there in the last hour or so?
No, I haven't been there.
Oh, they've got
That was there this morning.
3/4 of the front done.
Good.
And they're going all the way around.
That is great. Now, they did some work there a couple of weeks ago.
Right there at the corner, they cleaned
Right.
it up. But we had to make sure everything was okay. Like, we found out we couldn't get any equipment there because it's the creek. You know, we
Right,
don't want to
right,
break
right.
any laws. And then certain kinds of trees that are so big, you know, we can't mess with. So we just had to make sure that we was,
Doing what was right.
yeah. And hey, thanks to Ray Cross, the sheriff, he's gave the city some
Trustees.
some trustees, and so hey,
I love it.
have to
When
say,
I
if
leave
I
here,
have to say so myself,
it looks good.
those guys at the street department are doing a good job.
Okay.
They have been on it. They
Well,
have.
they- I know they
Hey,
have.
not me.
I know they
them. They've been on it.
And that cleaning up on that corner was way past due.
But listen, you watch. Here in the next few weeks, you're going to be seeing this city clean
different.
up so much. You're going to be seeing a lot of pressure washing. We're going to start edging these sidewalks.
And I talked
Killing
to a
the
gentleman today about the striping. He's on board with it.
Well, that's great.
Well, I mean, he's got to get some information about where, what, and when. But
Yeah, I know, and that's been my problem being on this commission. I want to do it,
yeah,
but there are laws.
I understand.
And I come to find out after riding with the DOT guy the other day, I mean, they're serious about them, too.
Yeah, they don't take 'em. And you talking about down there at the creek. Yeah, you get the environmentalists in, you get us tree
Well-
huggers in there. We real serious about messing
Well,
up that creek.
But, now, we sure don't want to mess it up.
Oh, I know that.
We just want to enhance the beauty of what
it.
we have to offer here. And
And
the
that-
water is such an
Anywhere
asset.
there is a waterway, Monda,
Yes.
you've got. Well, look at Chattanooga, where the Tennessee Aquarium is. Everything was built because that river flows down through there.
Well, you go look at all these little towns like our little town, and if there's a creek running through it,
They're built. It's built up around
they
it.
emphasize it.
Exactly.
And I tell you what, I'm getting on my buddy Melanie Thatcher, and if you go by there,
Uh-oh.
if you eat at Thatcher's, now let me tell you, there's a rumor in the air. She's thinking about a fish place down there at her old place, like 3 days a week, you know, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that. I don't know exactly what she's got in her mind. She's tossing around different things, but you can bet whatever she does, it'll be good and it'll work. It won't be halfway done.
Oh, absolutely.
And now I've already put some ideas in her head about. I said, look, Melanie, you could extend that covered porch out.
To the
Build you a
creek.
deck out there, right by the creek. People could come out there. Oh, and she even came up with her name already.
Oh, okay.
If that creek got cleaned out, but would that not be a wonderful place?
Absolutely. And you would be amazed at how many people. And food's got to be good too, but I can't imagine Melanie's food not being good.
Oh, Melanie don't fix anything. It's not good.
Would come just to eat and sit by that little creek. I'm telling you.
Oh yeah. So, and then we have we've got Holly Moore coming on here today, and she's part of our cleanup team. We're doing a major citywide cleanup. If anybody wants to participate, we'd love to have your participation. Just call me, call me.
Wait till
Hey, call Ann. Call
no,
Holly.
don't call Ann, Lord. Call Holly, because she'll have all the information wrote down somewhere.
Different groups are going to take different areas, but you're going to see some change. Like I said, change is in the air here in the city.
Anytime you clean anything up, Monda, it looks better.
Yeah, and we're going to clean a lot of it up. These sidewalks are going to be edged and cleaned. We're going to get some handicap ramps down at the in front of CVS,
Right.
and up there at Moore's. I mean, there's things happening. These trees over by the interstate are going to be trimmed up. That's all going to be cleaned up. We got a lot of plans.
When you put a facelift on something, it always looks nice.
Hey, Ann, listen. All right, Ann, I'm going to brag on you a little bit.
Don't overdo it here, please.
Well,
I don't want anybody-
Ann had her annual dinner to bring awareness to animal welfare in our county Saturday night, and it was a wonderful turnout. I thought.
It was. I was thrilled. I was tickled to death.
Did you happen to get a couple of little dogs adopted out?
I did.
I thought.
As a matter of fact, the commissioner, our county commissioner from Sand Mountain, took one home with him. And let me tell you what was funny. Scotty acted like his little girl was the one that was all about the puppy.
Oh dear.
That's live TV.
I'm
was
sorry.
about the TV. Was about the puppy. Oh, Scotty was carrying that puppy around, just bragging about it. And he said, "Now, I'm not coming next year. You've stuck me with this puppy to take home with me." I said, "Oh yeah, Scotty, you're coming. And guess what? I'm having cats next year." Scotty's like, "Oh no."
Hey, so
But
if
it did go well.
Hey, and if you're out there and you know somebody looking for a little puppy or a big dog, grown dog, old
Yeah.
dog,
The one of the city comps got one from us Friday afternoon, and he got a grown dog. He needed a grown dog. He didn't want a puppy, and he had 3 kids. Monty, that was. They come over to the store to meet it. That was the sweetest thing, and they left there, and those kids was going
I
out
wish
the door.
had that picture of it on there.
I do too. I'd have thought I'd seen it to Mike. Those kids was going out the door. Hey, it's sitting in the seat beside me. It's sitting by me. And I heard the daddy saying, "We're going to put it in the middle and one on each side." And then there was a little boy too. And he's like, "Well, where am I going to be?" It was so cute.
Maybe it'd be in his lap.
It probably was. He was around its neck.
But
But
yeah,
it went well. and I
yeah.
was proud
Please
of it.
don't be going to Chattanooga to get a dog. We have plenty of them here, and if you'll come, especially Ann, but I'll get you. I can help you too. But hey, don't be going to Chattanooga to adopt a dog.
There's
we have plenty
no
around here.
shortages.
or a cat.
Of dogs and cats in Dade County.
I mean,
that
just
need a
because
home.
we don't have anywhere you can go actually look at one right now, a shelter, I promise you, they're here.
Yeah, I
They're
can
here.
guarantee you they're here.
Okay, and then we have, who else do we have today?
We got Joan Hickson, and we need to get her up here. She's got to get back to the bank. I think that's her first job, but she's just about took this on, and she's going to tell about Bobby Bradford and the great results. I know everybody heard us talking about him and getting his lung transplant. Joan's going to update us, and then we're also, speaking of fundraisers, we're doing something for that family, and we'll talk about that a little bit, and it's going to be really big.
Then we have Anise Goodwin. Most of you will know her from the school system, but she has actually taken on a different job. She retired from the school system and just couldn't stay away. Well, somewhat.
I guess it gets in your blood.
But she's the director of the CASA.
I have no
program?
idea. Oh, I know what that is. Is it the nursing? I don't know.
It's like an children advocacy program.
Oh, okay.
They give the children a voice in situations.
Okay, then I
they
know
are the
nothing about
voice for the children. So she's going to come on and tell us about that. They're looking for some. They're looking for some volunteers there.
Okay, good deal.
So I guess what we'll do is take a first break, and we'll bring Miss Hickson on to tell about Bobby Bradford, who is the son of Jimmy and Johnny Bradford, and we've actually had him on here before. Remember?
He has when he wrote his book.
But he's been struggling with
Cystic fibrosis.
his whole life, isn't it?
I think it's been his whole life, and he had got really like on 18% of his lungs was working, and they bumped him up to the top of the donor list, and they called him, I think Friday, I guess, and they had found him some lungs, and
That's amazing.
and he had 4 hours, the way I understand it, to get to Vanderbilt. He got there. And today he has new lungs. You know that Forrest Gump show, I Got New Shoes? Well, Bobby has new lungs.
Isn't that amazing?
That is amazing.
And hey, for those of you who don't know, my little boy, which he's 24 now,
He's still a little boy.
but he went to China a little over a week ago, and He's teaching English. And now, get this. Now, Dex has been on here a few times. I've been able to drag him on here a few times over the years. But he's a real low-key person. He's not like his mom at all. He's just kind of low-key, does everything behind, don't want any fuss about anything. He wouldn't even let us give him a party for the family before he left. But,
That sounds like Dex.
But we Skyped him the other night, which blows my mind. First time in my life I've ever Skyped. First time ever. And I was sitting there thinking, here I am in Trenton, Georgia, and there he is in Chengdu, Chiang-Mai, whatever, China. And we could see each other and talk. That was amazing to me. I'm behind times.
Oh,
That was amazing to
Honda.
me. That was absolutely amazing to me. But he came on there, and I'm going to tell you something funny. He said, he's actually teaching at a university it's a girls' school, and girls' college. And he says, we have 12,000 students here, female students. And he said, and out of the instructors, or whatever they call them, teachers, whatever, he says, I am one of 2 white American males.
Oh, no.
And he said, and he tells this story, and he doesn't have any kind of emotion about it or anything. And he goes, so I must say I'm quite popular over here. And he said, I said, well, what are they saying to you? And he says, well, their English is not real well, so they're afraid to say much. And I said, oh, so they're not talking to you now? And he said, well, they have learned how to say one thing. And I said, what's that? And he goes, they have learned how to say, I want you to take me back to the States with you. Of course, Nathan, being the man, he says, now you be careful.
I can imagine.
Don't you grab up the first one. Don't you grab up the first one, Dex.
Yeah, I can just about imagine.
But we was real upset. It was just hard for him to go off because he's been right there. I mean, he went to college up on the mountain, so, he's been right at home, and he's always been such a good kid. So we've really missed him, but I could tell he's getting settled in.
That's what I was fixing to say. And you know what? It has got to make it easier to be able to talk to him like that and see him.
Oh, yeah.
I can't imagine.
I said, well, hey, so you're in your apartment. He's living in a little apartment up at the top of the university. Mm-hmm. And I said, so you're in your apartment? He goes, yeah. And I said, well, walk around, let me see it. He goes, no, you don't want to see it. Nathan said, why? Would Mom want to come over there and clean it? And he goes, no, Mom would want to come over here and burn the building down. So it must be.
Maybe you don't need to see it.
It must be, but, hey, it'll be a wonderful experience.
It will be. That'll be something that he can come back and tell stories about. All right, Mike's calling for us to take a break, so we'll be right back with Joan Hickson to hear about Bobby.
Okay.
Come enjoy pizza for lunch or dinner in a family atmosphere at Stevie B's Pizza, 2200 Galt Avenue North in Fort Payne. Enjoy the super buffet and salad bar anytime, or have any of our specialty pizzas made to order and delivered right to your table. At Stevie B's in Fort Payne, we make our own dough, assuring you the best possible pizza. Book your parties at Stevie B's in Fort Payne, plus ask about catering and fundraisers too. Call Stevie B's at 256-979-1234 and find out more. Great pizza in a family atmosphere. Stevie B's, 2200 Galt Avenue North in Fort Payne. Dobbins Supermarket, serving the community for over 70 years with fresh-cut meats, fruits and vegetables, and a full line of grocery items. Dobbins is known far and wide for their signature sausage in 4 flavors. At Dobbins Supermarket, you'll find local home folks serving the area's weekly grocery needs. Dobbins Supermarket, Highway 71 in Higdon.
This week at Dobbins, find boneless sirloin tip roast at $1.79 a pound. Fresh boneless chicken tenders at $1.99 a pound. Fryer leg quarters, 10-pound bag, 49 cents a pound. And breaded chicken fingers, $1.79 a pound. This week at Dobbins.
Romans Mobile Homes can help make the dream of home ownership come true. Come by and see our on-the-line selection of manufactured homes, or sit down with us and let us custom design your top-of-the-line constructed manufactured home. With names like Cabco and Clayton, we can design anything from 1 to 6 bedrooms, shingle or metal roof, finished drywall, and more. All our homes come with central heat and air, including a heat pump. Financing available, and prices include delivery and setup. See us today at Romans Mobile Homes, 2019 Highway 136 West, just west of the four-way stop, top of San Sand Mountain. 706-657-8807. Romans Mobile Homes.
HVAC repair and service you can count on from S&S Service Company, a locally owned and operated business that uses high-quality materials on every job. Call on our crews for regular maintenance, minor repairs, and new installations. Spurgeon is a name that's been trusted for decades, so if you need an energy-efficient HVAC system, we've got you covered with Arco Air products. Arco Air and S&S Service Company. Enduring performance. S&S is fully licensed and serves the Northeast Alabama and surrounding area. Call 256-632-2500 today for S&S Service Company for your HVAC needs. Online at snsservicecompany.com.
Methamphetamine affects everyone, your neighbors, your friends, and even your family.
Know the signs.
Physical symptoms include you may have extreme difficulty sleeping and even insomnia, and you may lose your appetite.
Know the signs. Please know the signs.
You can seem nervous and anxious and even have paranoia.
Know the signs.
Overheat easily and sweat without even being hot.
Know the signs.
Dilated pupils and even hair loss.
Know the signs.
Hallucinations and delusions. And you can also have tachycardia, which is a rapid heart rate.
Know the signs.
You may have liver damage and loss of skin elasticity.
Know the signs.
You may notice unexplained financial instability and social isolation.
Know the signs.
You may have a false sense of euphoria, coupled with strong depression and even risky behavior, legal trouble, memory loss, and repeated incarceration.
Please know the signs. Unfortunately, we do.
Join us every week for Game On with Chris Goforth on KWN TV.
Okay, we are back with Miss Joan Hickson, and she's going to update us on a situation here. Like I said, Jimmy and Johnny Bradford. And hey, if you live in Dade County and you don't know Jimmy or Johnny, especially, I think Johnny.
Yeah.
You hadn't
Or
been in
Bobby.
Dade County very long.
And a lot of people know Bobby also.
Well, yes. Okay, tell us a little bit about him.
Okay, Bobby they got the call Friday afternoon that the lungs were available, and of course they had 4 hours to get to Vanderbilt.
So they just had to drop everything and go.
Yes, Johnny ran out of the bank. I mean, he said, "Turn my computer off, I'm gone." And I'm sure Jimmy did the same thing. But he got up there. The surgery, they took him out about 3:10 Central Time up in Vanderbilt, and I think it lasted maybe 8 to 10 hours, but he did absolutely great. The nurses had told him this morning or yesterday that all the transplants they had seen, his went smoother than any he'd seen. The doctors even said that it could not have gone better. Yesterday morning they took him off the ventilator. Mm-hmm. By yesterday afternoon he was walking down the hall. Of course, with a walker and everything.
That's unbelievable.
There was pictures of that.
Isn't it,
He's in some pain, but, that's to be expected. But, God's hands has been all in this because it just could not have gone any better. I called Johnny to tell him that I was going to do this show again today, and Bobby said, "Let me talk to her." And he told me he just was just amazed and so grateful for everything everybody had done, and that he just felt so blessed.
Oh, that's so sweet.
And I told him that God's hand was on it because, we were talking about the fundraiser. It has gone. It's just amazing. You would just not believe it. I sit there in my office and people are bringing me checks and cash, and this is a giving area. That's never a doubt, but you get it shown to you.
Oh, absolutely.
What an amazing area it is. There's no way to describe how very grateful we are. And I thank everybody that has given money and everybody that's thinking about giving money or would give money if they had it. I know some it's not an option, but your
thing
prayers
about
mean
it,
more than anything.
That person that can only give $1, that dollar helps.
Exactly.
It's not about how much you can give. It's just the fact that you care and want to give.
But it's just gone amazing.
That's wonderful.
He sounded so strong. His voice was just, I guess I was expecting.
And he got 2 lungs.
Yes.
I can't imagine. I know this is a new world as far as I'm concerned, but I cannot imagine that.
It was a very stressful time for his parents. My husband was in to have prayer with him before he went into surgery. We just happened to be there before he went, and he came out and he said, I can't believe how calm he is. He said he is totally at peace with this. And, of course, Jimmy and Johnny were like any parent would be.
Yeah, they were climbing the
nervous,
wall.
But,
now, how old is Bobby?
26, 27.
I was thinking 26, but I
He may have had, I know at least 26. It could be already turned
And
27.
what a blessing. This young man will have a whole new life.
He will. He's. They said, I talked before last week was on here that he had to go to a special apartment for 3 months after that's close to the hospital that's specially equipped
he'll
for
have to
medical
live there
patients.
for 3 months.
Yes,
Wow.
and Jimmy has taken off work. That's the reason we started this fundraiser, because that apartment is $3,300 a month, and he will have to be there 3 months, and Jimmy's having to take off work. She's
Right,
taking a leave of
right.
absence to stay up there with him. And we just all wanted to help. They asked
That's
for no
right.
help, but we
Oh, I
wanted
know.
to
Oh,
help.
I can guarantee you Johnny Bradford didn't ask for nothing.
We had a fight with Johnny about
bet
this.
you did.
I said, but there's nothing else we can do. Let us do this. And it has been tremendous. People just want to help. And again, thank you, everybody that has already helped. And I know there's a lot of others that are going to. The fundraiser that you were talking about.
Yes, we've got the fundraiser March the 19th. Put that on your calendar down at the Trenton Civic Center or Community Center. I don't know sure which one it's called. We're gonna say 12 to 2, but we might wind up going. We can go to
now
3.
what is it going to be?
Well, this is what we're going to do. We're going to have, you wouldn't believe, Sarah Moore, got a hold of Sarah. She's going to help. She's like, I'll get Coke. So she can talk with the Coca. She has a real good, somebody at the Coca-Cola company anyway. Dwayne Moon, I had talked to him. He said, don't worry about the bread. Just everybody has started. We'll get this with.
So it's going to be food.
What we're going to do, it's going to be food. We're going to do hot dogs and chili.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody thinks they make the best pot of chili. Bring a pot of chili, and we're going to have a judge. See who makes the best
Kind of a
chili.
chili cook-off then.
Yeah, chili cook-off. You're not going to get. There'll be no prizes, no cash prizes. We'll have a big blue ribbon for the winner, and music. We're going to have some music. Just local talent that will volunteer to come. No pay in any music. Nothing is going to. No one's going to be paid, and no one's going to be charged for food. But bring your big
Be a
fat checks.
free will offering, and we.
Exactly. Could just come, sit around, talk to people, enjoy the day, enjoy music, enjoy some good food. Johnny's Church, Calvary, their ladies are going to take care of the dessert. So there'll be plenty of good desserts there. And it's just anybody wants to volunteer to help or anybody wants to bring anything.
If you need chili that's not in the competition for the hot dogs and stuff, then all of us at the bank will do that.
Okay.
We'll just everybody bring ingredients. We'll make it out at the bank.
Okay.
We'll be glad to do that.
All right, then that'll take care of that. And myself, Monda, well, I guess Sue's going to stay out there with them, I'm assuming, Sue Gray.
She's there now. She said she wasn't sure when she was coming home. She's going to take the training. The ones who stay with Bobby will have to have special training,
Right.
and she's going to go through the training with them. I know Jimmy is, Bobby, Maddie, his girlfriend, I think, and Sue, and I don't know who else will be.
Well, and let's say there was one other person that was going to help. I can't remember right off the top of my head. But anyway, any of the three of us, you get in touch, you got anything you want to donate, would like to do, come help.
We need to do a silent auction.
We
though.
really do.
That would be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had a silent auction over at the animal thing Saturday, and I had 2 tables full and a couple of things off the table, and I did really well with that. So that's a good idea. Let's do a silent auction. So if you're out there,
You want
and-
to donate something?
yeah, bring that to me or Monda.
That would be great. And,
And
I think a
we'll-
lot of people will help. I think it'll be a great day.
Oh, it will be a great day. But churches, if you got a check you want to bring it over. We'll have a big jar there. We want to fill that jar full.
We do.
Yeah, that'd be great. That's a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you, Joan,
Thank
and
you
maybe
so
we'll have you
much.
back because we really want to keep up.
Okay.
with
Oh, well,
everybody.
yeah,
I
we'll
would love
definitely
to.
have you back to update. And then, like I said, don't forget the fundraiser. We'll have music, food.
March the 19th.
March the 19th. That's on a Saturday from 12 to 2. And if you've got anything for a solid auction, and we're going to be out really working the solid auction.
Yes, we
That'd be
will.
great.
We'll do that.
Yeah, that will be, yeah.
We appreciate y'all's help with all
Oh,
of this.
listen,
It's so nice of y'all
I'm going
help
to tell you
us.
about Johnny Bradford. You know when Johnny was the probate judge? That's when my kids was teenagers.
You don't have to tell us. We know.
My daughter probably did more filing over at the probate judge's office for little tickets, running stop signs, no seat belts. Johnny was like, I was single mom by that time, and Johnny was like, no, we'll take care of this. She did a lot of filing over Johnny's office. So, and my daughter wasn't the only one.
Oh, no.
What a great man, Johnny Bradford and Jimmy. We could go on forever, but Joan don't have time. She really does have a job.
I really am going back to work. Well, after I get lunch.
Okay. But Mayor Monda for the silent auction items, and if you're watching this show, I promise you Mayor Her1's coming after something to put out there. So open up your billfold or your doors or whatever.
So I always say, open your heart and your pocketbook.
And Joan will be back. She'll be a regular on here for the next few months, we know, keeping us updated. And we'll be right back.
A time-tested financial institution equipped with the latest banking technology, the Bank of Dade, with mobile banking to fit your on-the-go lifestyle. Download our latest app today for your iPhone, Android, or tablet to bank on the go. Check your balance, pay bills, make deposits, and keep track of your account anytime and anywhere with the Bank of Dade's smartphone app. Make life easier by using today's most advanced banking technology to your advantage. Call us at 657-6842 or visit on the web at bankofdade.com. Your hometown bank since 1956, the Bank of Dade. Main office is on Highway 11 North in Trenton, and drive-thrus on Highway 11 North and Highway 136 West. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. The Tax Clinic is now open in a new location as part of the Boss Business Center, 29490 Alabama Highway 71, right across from the ball fields at North Sand Mountain School. With over 40 years of experience, the Tax Clinic provides year-round tax and payroll services. The Tax Clinic urges you to start gathering documents so we can help you file your 2015 tax returns. The Tax Clinic, now part of the Boss Business Center, located at 29490 Alabama Highway 71. Open 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, Saturday 10 to 2. 256-597-3829 for the Tax Clinic, taking care of whatever ails you in the tax world.
Hey, Barn, Aunt Bee don't get around as good as she used to, and she's in need of a lip chair. Well, Andy, you gotta nip it in the bud. Comfort Gallery has catnapper lip chairs in stock with free delivery and setup. Catnapper reclining sofas in leather, designer fabrics, and even camouflage. Catnapper rocker recliners starting at $269. Hey, Andy, I just been over to Comfort Gallery. They also have England sofas by Lazy Boy. Queen-size pillow top mattress sets now $299. King-size sets just $399. Is that a fact? Surprise, surprise, surprise! They now have free 1-year layaway and 6 months same as cash. And listen up, Andy. For the credit challenge, they now offer no credit check payment plans. Located in Kimball, Tennessee in the Old Hills building. That's Comfort Gallery Mattress and Furniture, open 7 days a week. Y'all go by there and see Gary.
Comfort Gallery, 780 Main Street in Kimball. Free delivery and setup, 90 days same as cash, and easy payment plans. Open Monday through Friday 9 to 6, Saturday 9 to 5, and Sunday 1 to 5. Telephone 423-837-3000.
T's Diner, serving up homemade Southern cooking at 3525 Main Street in Jasper. It's where you'll find all your friends every day. Breakfast 5:30 till 11. At lunch, you'll find your favorite meats and vegetables served piping hot. T's Diner has something for everyone. Come on in for dinner. Pick from our complete menu, including seafood platters, catfish, hamburger, and country fried steak plates, along with fresh vegetables. Oh, by the way, don't forget the homemade pies and cakes. T's Diner, just west of the Dollar General Store, Jasper. Open Monday through Wednesday till 2. Thursday through Saturday till 7.
HVAC repair and service you can count on from S&S Service Company, a locally owned and operated business that uses high-quality materials on every job. Call on our crews for regular maintenance, minor repairs, and new installations. Spurgeon is a name that's been trusted for decades, so if you need an energy-efficient HVAC system, we've got you covered with Arco Air products. Arco Air and S&S Service Company, enduring performance. S&S is fully licensed and serves the Northeast Alabama and surrounding area. Call 256-632-2500 today for S&S Service Company for your HVAC needs. Online at snsservicecompany.com.
All the news about Jackson County with Jackson County's Chamber Chat every Tuesday night at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, right here on KWN TV.
We are back with Miss Anise Goodwin, as I said. And as I said, most of you know her from the school. But so now you are wearing a different hat.
I wear a totally different hat after 33 years with the school system. I wear a new hat, and I'm the executive director of the Lookout Mountain CASA.
Okay, now tell us what that is.
Okay, CASAs are court-appointed special advocates, and it is total volunteer. All of our advocates are volunteers, and they are the voice of a child who has been taken by DFACS, and they're involved with the courts, the juvenile courts, whether in foster care or getting ready for adoption. A child doesn't have a voice in court, so they need someone to speak up on their behalf. So the CASA goes in, does investigations. They have a court order. They are appointed by the judge, and they have a court order that says, I can go and do this. I can look at records. I can go and do interviews. I can go anywhere I need to go, home visits, those sorts of things. And then they come in and make a recommendation to the judge for what is in the best interest of the child. Not in best interest of mama or daddy or grandma or grandpa, but just in the best interest of that child.
So they have to kind of be able to look past all the other stuff.
All the other people, they might like mama or they might like daddy, but what's best for that kid? It always has to be what is best for that child. Is adoption the best? Is terminating the parents' rights best? It's hard decisions. It's not something
I can
you
just about imagine.
You don't go in lightheartedly, I will say, is that you go in knowing that you're going to make a hard decision in the long run for whatever is wrong. You hope that that child is going to be reunified with their parents. That's what you hope for the whole time. But if that's not possible, then what is the best option for that child? You hope there's a family member that'll step in. But if there's not, is there somebody that's willing to adopt that child to give them a really good life and whatever's in their best interest? So it's not easy.
Well, Denise, now what's the difference in this group and Family Children's Service? I don't know anything about it, but I actually thought that was Family Children's Services' job.
Family and Children's Services goes in and they do their investigation and they decide whether or not that child, whether it meets the state law of whether or not that child has to be brought out of the home.
Right.
Okay. So then the CASA is appointed by the judge just as someone that has they really don't have a dog in this fight.
Right.
Okay? DFACS is trying to do everything the law says, the judge is trying to do. The CASA worker goes in just looking at the child. What is best for the child?
You know, I was telling her the other day that when they started that years ago, I actually went to the training in Rome. I went one day. Came home and said, I'm not going back.
No, I knew you weren't going to do that, Monda.
Well, you know, they hit you with all this horrible situations, and I thought, there's no way.
Yeah.
But it was a great idea because, and I remember the little bit that I learned, it was like, they was trying to tell you what you was for, and I remember them saying that a lot of times the Family and Children's Services, when they go to court, they think, they're just about taking the kid. You know, and then the school system is always about siding up with the children's services. So it was kind of like like she said, it's a voice just for the child.
Nobody else. That and you probably hurt feelings in the long run a lot of times.
Listen,
and
there's no way I could do that because I'd hurt feelings because I'm probably fixing to hurt feelings right now. I have a real problem, and please don't shoot me, don't call me because it doesn't matter. When Family Children's Services goes and takes a child out of a home that's been abused, been to the hospital, broken bones, falling down steps 2 or 3 times, a month or something, and turn around and put that child right back in that home. And then how many times have you read in the paper that's happened and then the child's dead?
Right, sure.
I got a problem with that.
Sure.
And
that's why it's CASA.
A child can only fall down steps so many times.
And it's CASA, we're that independent, non-profit volunteer who doesn't have allegiance to DFACS,
right?
Who doesn't have allegiance to the parent or the foster parent or whoever, just to that kid.
Who doesn't have a case file this thick,
exactly,
with all these different kids,
right?
And that's another thing
this
about Family
person
Children's
probably
Services.
has 1 or 2 children.
A CASA can only have two cases at a time. And they work that case. When they make a commitment to be the volunteer for this child, they commit to a year to a year and a half of being at the court with the child, seeing that child once a month, making sure that they stay in contact, talking to that child.
But they can actually see the child more than once.
Oh, yes, they can see him. They can go and, I have one CASA that in Catoosa County, we serve Dade Walker in Catoosa, and I have one in Catoosa that she goes to every doctor's appointment with this child. He's a failure to thrive baby. She goes to when they take him.
What's that?
That's just how he was born. He was a preemie, and he did not develop well. He has a lot of health problems. And so she goes to all the doctor's appointments, and she has just, taken such an interest in this child. And so it's hard to make a decision for a baby because they can't talk to you. I mean, so you got to know everything about that little fella.
Right.
You've got to see what he goes through physically. You have to see how he's taken care of, because you've got to make sure that you're making a recommendation where his physical needs will be taken care of as much as anything.
But isn't it great we have people like that?
Absolutely.
They're
Now,
awesome.
my next question is, well, let me clear up something back to the Family Children's Services. Like Monda said, they all have a case file this high.
Yes, they do.
So
Bless their
I know
hearts.
sometimes, like in everything, you might take a shortcut or something like that. But I just think an abused child shouldn't stay in a home. But that's my thinking.
Right.
But now back to you. How many volunteers do you have?
Right.
And how many do you need?
We need tons.
Yeah.
yeah.
I
we
can
need
see
lots
that.
of volunteers. We have right now about 7 active volunteers for the 3 counties, and we have 5 active cases right now. So I have a couple of people that have I have brand new ones. We are finishing our second training. The training is a 10-week training for a total of 40 hours after you're through, because then you have to do 10 hours of court observations. So a 40-week training is pretty much what it covers. And by that 5th or 6th weeks, which we're in the 6th week of our second training that we've done since I've taken this job, and I have 5 people that will be sworn in at the end of March, and they're sworn in by the judge, and then they have to go through a background check and all that kind of stuff, and then they'll be ready to take on cases. So we hope that by the end of April that we will have 10 to 12 cases in the 3 counties. So, which is grown from when I took over in August, we had none.
Oh,
so
really?
right. So it's going very well. It's gone a lot faster than I thought it would. I thought it'll take forever, but it hasn't.
You mean caseworkers?
Volunteers. Yes.
Yes,
Well, we
yes.
hope that we will have 10 active cases in the court with kids.
Okay.
So,
And
we
you
have
go
5
in
right
and
now.
you tell the judge your view and what you think.
They write a report, and that report goes to all of the attorneys and to the judge. And so far, we have seen it where they go through it, and they have accepted most of our recommendations so far, which is awesome.
great.
It's
That's
awesome.
good.
So we're excited.
That is good.
Yeah.
That's real good.
And that's
Because I know how you feel about the Family and Children's Services. We've
Oh,
talked about it before. I mean, about the situations
right.
like that. But it's bad. But it's just like the sheriff's department over here. They have to work within the realms
of their guidelines, yeah.
and a lot of times what's within that realm of the law is not exactly what's in the best interest of that person.
Right. And the thing with and I do know that Family Children's Services, and this is true, they want to try to keep a family unit together. That's the goal, and that's which I don't.
And sometimes that's just not possible.
I know.
Sometimes that is just not possible. And having an outside view is very helpful, because our Family and Children's Services in all 3 counties have been very supportive of us.
That's
and
good.
They like that outside presence to go in and give them another opinion of like, okay, just help us,
Well, that
show
helps.
us what's
That's what I was
going
gonna
on.
say. That
Yeah.
helps them.
Yes, it does.
When
It does.
you've got somebody that can go outside of that realm, like
Right,
Monda was
right.
talking about, and look at it.
Well, and somebody that, somebody that has the time.
Right.
That'll take the time.
take
to go
the
to,
time.
like
That's
this
it.
person going to doctor's
Yes,
appointments.
yes.
I mean, no telling how much time this person's put into
Right.
that one child.
Exactly.
That's right. And it has been well worth her time, because she's ready to make her decisions,
She's
and
probably
she
wanting to
started
take that
to.
baby home
Yeah,
with
she
her.
Yeah,
kind of
that'd be
likes him.
no.
She kind of thinks he's precious. Yeah. I get texts from her all the time
you
saying,
better, you better,
"It's so good."
You better be careful. Y'all be the next Tony and Dory Moreland.
Y'all have to buy a house like they've got so you can put all the kids in it.
Don't need any more kids, but he is precious. I have to tell you that. He's adorable. I've been to visit him, so he's precious.
Who?
This little boy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tony.
No.
Now, he is precious, but I've
I
never
don't
heard
know
anybody
about
quite
that.
describe him.
I don't know if I think he's precious.
Precious and
I've
adorable.
known him too long to know that.
Well, he is, though.
They're a good one. They're wonderful
Lord,
people.
they're wonderful.
They're wonderful.
You could have
people.
known Tony Moreland back years ago before this ever started. I went to church with him back when it all started, and I am telling you,
You didn't see this coming, right?
Lord, no. And he'd get up in church, and it was so true because all of us that knew him, it was like, what happened to you, Tony? But he'd say, all I can say is the Lord has a sense of humor.
Yeah. I went to high school with him, so he and Dory.
Okay, well, thank you. And if anybody wanted to volunteer,
they can call 423-402-0843, and I'll leave this with you, a copy of this.
Or even the Family and Children's
Services. Yes, they can call Family and
Children's
Services,
program.
and they will get them in touch with us.
Yes, and you could kind of talk to them and
I'll be
see if
glad
it'd be a
to.
good fit.
Now, what's
I do
the
interviews.
restrictions on are there any?
That's
I know
at least
just
21.
21.
And then they'll have a background check about halfway through, and if they pass that, and then just to do the training, and then we will start working them.
Have a good heart.
Yes,
right.
have a good heart, like kids. Gotta like kids.
Yeah, that's always a plus.
Yeah, you gotta like them. You gotta like them. That's right.
Okay, we're going to take a quick break, and hey, if you're interested in this, contact Family and Children's Services. Or hey, everybody knows a niece.
That's right.
Just you can find
33 years in the school system. Everybody knows her. Trust
she's
me.
like that lady in she's like that man in Chattanooga in purple all the time. Because I've noticed you wear purple a lot. I have noticed that.
I do.
But anyway,
She's got the hair for purple.
we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Miss Holly Moore.
Georgia Northwestern Technical College wants to help put you to work. Our programs in business, health, industrial, and public service will train you for the jobs available today. GNTC offers schedules in day, evening, and online classes at 5 campus locations with financial aid options too. You are sure to find a career path that works for you with our variety of degrees, diplomas, and certificates available. Visit us in person or on the web at gntc.edu. Georgia Northwestern Technical College. Your career begins here.
Hey everybody, bacon is back at Little Caesars.
Pizza.
That's right, it's Little Caesars Bacon Wrapped Crust Deep Dish Pizza. Our 8-corner pizza topped with pepperoni and bacon and wrapped in more than 3.5 feet of bacon. Get a large today for just $12. Little Caesars Bacon Wrapped Crust Deep Dish Pizza is available all day. And it's available hot and ready from 4 until 8 every day. Little Caesars, Highway 136 West in Trenton and 411 Kimball Crossing in Kimball.
Get big savings now with Tennessee Valley Net. Tennessee Valley Net's digital television, telephone service, and high-speed internet is now available in many areas of Dade County and expanding to other areas like Edgewood, Piney, Lake Hills, Sligo, and New Salem. Digital television packages are available including over 200 channels. High-speed internet services with 30 meg upload and download available now from TVN. Residential and commercial packages are available. Call now to see if TVN is available in your neck of the woods. 706-657-4367 or visit tvn.net. The Moore family name has built a legacy of trust, compassion, and peace of mind by standing with families during time of loss. Now in our 70th year, the Moore family commitment grows even stronger, from affordable, traditional services to cremation. Our experienced staff stands ready to follow through on you and your family's wishes. Since 1945, the Moore family of funeral homes, North Sand Mountain and Trenton, always dedicated to those we serve.
I'm your tailgate grill. Your buddy was in such a rush to get into the game, he didn't quite put me out. I see you bought the industrial-sized bottle of lighter fluid. Smart. And if you got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get an Allstate agent and be better protected from mayhem. Like me.
There's an Allstate agent right here in your community.
Paul Belcher presents the original Battle of Songs, Saturday, March 5th, 6:30 p.m. at the Memorial Auditorium in Chattanooga, Tennessee, featuring the McCameys, the Primitive Quartet, the Inspirations, and the Greasons. Tickets on sale now at the Sunshine Christian Bookstore in Fort Oglethorpe, at the Memorial Auditorium box office, or by phone at 1-800-514-3849. Paul Belcher presents the original Battle of Songs. For all the details, visit paulbelcherconcerts.com.
Paul Finebaum, you tell it like it is.
This is the SEC. SEC. Randy is in Mobile, Alabama.
Well, they ought to just play one more round, but whoever wins, the other team just have to get out. Don't even play football in the SEC no more.
You realize Alabama lost to Auburn last year, don't you?
Oh, yeah, I laid in bed 2 days after that.
ESPN's Paul Feinbaum, weekday afternoons on 1420 AM and 106.1 FM KWN and 1480 The Fan.
Well, I hate to run my mouth the whole show.
Well, I was thinking, I'm still back 2 episodes back or whatever.
Around there, let everybody see.
All right,
See
we're
what
here
the
with
devil
Holly Moore.
is.
I'll
That's
run
a
my mouth for a
smiley
while.
face. That's a
Holly
smiley
is
face.
here from, Holly's on the street cleanup commission, I guess, for
Yeah.
lack of a better word.
Yeah.
And she's going to tell us some of what's all planned up.
So, April the 2nd, everyone needs to
I need to write that down.
contact probably Monda, the city street department.
Holly.
Well, let's not get too careful.
Well, now this was your baby.
But
Yeah, this is-
I know, but you, Nathan,
Yeah.
Greg Smith, I've had a lot of people just.
Yeah. Anyway, so we're gonna go and clean up this city, and I've lived here since I was married, so we're talking 20 years, believe it or not. And there's not one thing that's been done to this city. Isn't that terrible?
Now just tell it like it is, Holly.
I am. There's been no improvements.
Don't you hold back.
I'm not. So with the new city mayor and commission board members, we're going to start moving forward and getting things done and getting this place where it needs to be. We have new companies coming in, and we can't have it looking like a dump. So
That's true.
we're excited.
We need people
Yeah.
to come in here, and that was what really, when I was running, that was a big thing. I was talking about because
I remember you telling everybody you asked, Monda, you told them you was going to pressure wash the sidewalks.
So we need pressure washers, by the way.
and we need people to push them.
Yes, we do. So what we've done is we've kind of came up with 5 or 6 groups that are going to kind of split off and take on a task within the city. So we have a creek team who's going to work on cleaning off brush, which if you come in through Trenton today, you'll see the wonderful city crew over there now cleaning up debris, cutting trees, and it looks amazing already as I drove by at lunch. Also have the sidewalks, pressure washing. I'm going to bring my pressure washer. Me and Mond will be out there pressure washing, I'm sure, and scraping. We're going to have trash pickup, just general picking up trash throughout the city limits. And then the courthouse and the park, maybe do some restriping on the street there and the parking spaces because it's all, kind of faded out, and these out-of-town folks not sure what lane to be in when they're going around the courthouse. And then the freeway, if you guys are familiar, we're getting new lighting on the interstate ramps. So we're going to get all that brush cleaned up, and so that'll be ready for when they come in, which is...
Well, I'll tell you this. We met with the DOT guy the other day. It doesn't seem to be coming as quick as I want it to come.
Well, it didn't come yesterday, so it wasn't as quick as you wanted it to
Right.
get here. I'm
That's
certain
how
of
I
that.
Well, so this is what I'm asking. Now, I'm going to be on him big time, but it doesn't hurt. There's power in numbers. If we could call Jeff Mullis when we see him, get on. And he don't do that. But let me tell you, Jeff Mullis can move mountains in the state of Georgia. So I know he could get our little project moved on up. They're saying sometime, maybe this year, but that could be like the end of the year.
We need it done in 3 months. We got a timeline.
Yes.
We want it done.
Yes.
They need to be on my time.
Yeah, that's the way I
like
feel.
people that get on my time.
I know. That's the way I feel.
So, yeah.
I mean, we need some stuff done.
Oh, yeah. And there's several other projects and kind of phases we're wanting to put into this as far as streetscape, which I have some a little PowerPoint of some pictures that we're kind of wanting to do and see kind of how we want our town to look overall, the appearance as far as trees and shrubs.
Does he have those pictures?
He does. He's
Well,
going to
let's
show
show
them
'em.
up. There we go. That's just a general idea.
Now, where is this at?
I don't know. I found it online. Google's a powerful tool, and it
I
looks
see.
good. So, if you want to go to the next one, there's a couple other ones on there. So those are some great ideas that would fit our town. Those are all going to be later phases. Once we kind of get a theme on tourism, because we apparently are in the corner for a large tourism market. So,
Yes, we are.
And we don't capitalize on that as a
No,
county
we
or a
don't.
city. So, and then we're going to do some signage, and we're just getting some ideas, and we love these types of signs that we're going to put up on the exits, and maybe as you enter on Highway 11, and then maybe a community electric sign, that tells all the events going on.
What's going on? That'd be a great idea.
I mean, those are gorgeous. So we have even the bridge. Evan had actually brought this up. The bridge going right over the interstate. He's like, "Can you do something with those fences?"
What is
it's
that?
art. It's metal art. And
But now, what? Wait a minute.
Well, now it looks like confetti.
No. So the
I
orange
see it.
one. So the orange is metal art, and what I was thinking, and some of the other guys on my small committee were talking, is we could do all the things that highlight our town. So we've got Cloudland Canyon State Park. You've got Covenant College. You've got the Lineman College. You've got all of our industrial
Hang
places. So we
gliding.
could do, in the hang gliders. And then just the natural beauty. I said, how awesome would that be to see something coming over the interstate and like, oh my gosh, I want to get off at that exit. And they may even turn around and come back.
Can you put stuff on that bridge?
I think you can, yeah.
I mean, obviously they did.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, the hang gliders are a big part of this community.
And another
Yes.
thing that you're kind of doing is tell about the benches.
Oh, so, of course, this is one of the other phases after the big cleanup. We're wanting to go in and kind of have a consistency on benches and planters and trees and shrubs and that kind of thing. So what we've done is we just kind of got general pricing on benches that would be all the same color, that would be out throughout the city limits, planters, and kind of group everything like on the pictures you saw. And those aren't cheap, believe it or not.
Imagine
They're,
that.
they're not cheap.
But they last forever.
They do. They will last forever. And I mean, if we can get some sort of cohesive look throughout our town as far as the buildings, when they start enforcing those ordinances, as far as buildings and stuff
We're
go.
going to.
Absolutely. So I think it's just going to make our town just feel more inviting, and people want to stay.
Yeah. I mean, because, when people come here now, you know this.
Yeah.
When you have somebody come in that, doesn't live here, I hear it all the time, so I know you do too. This is the most beautiful place. Look at these mountains.
Mm-hmm.
And then occasionally you will hear, why is the little town so dirty?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Why is everything mismatched? Or, yeah.
Well, now,
It's just-
Holly, back to the benches. What's your plan? Because we've had benches here before, and I hate those political signs,
We're not gonna do
advertisement
that.
on them.
No, we're not going to do that. We're
Yeah,
moving
so
those.
that'll be one of the city ordinances that is either created or reinforced from a previous one that's probably still on the books. But the benches we're talking, they're just a steel coated bench and
powder coated.
powder coated, yeah. And
Greg Smith's even kind of offered.
well, yeah, we talked a little bit about that, but we're going to wait till we get everything cleaned up and see what all we need. So these benches run about $700, anywhere from $600 to $750. So,
but they're forever.
They are forever.
And I know we
And we
have
can
a
look
few
for
businesses.
sponsors.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know we have a few people that will actually
Absolutely.
sponsor them, and we can.
Yeah,
put
and
a
you could get a little
sign.
plaque.
Yes, we're going to.
About, this is sponsored by or in memory of.
Right,
If you wanted to
absolutely.
put,
Yeah. Especially in front of your business, say here in front of Gross's and the radio station, up on the square, if you want to do that in honor or memory of.
Right.
That would be a great
about
idea.
We're not talking about our city. Don't need bukus of them.
No,
just a few, and that would look, that'd look nice.
And speaking of that, you will notice if you're out there and you want it. I've tried to contact certain people, but the up here at Ingalls, CVS, those rock planters have got to go.
Any of the planters that are busted and yeah,
these are not
those
busted.
definitely, yeah.
Well, but we have got to, the DOT is coming in and they're putting handicap
That's right.
accessible ramps there. And
who put those there?
I think that was a Keep America Beautiful.
I think it was Bob Dombrowski.
Oh, okay.
And I hate it, but they've got to go. And the benches, I mean, the DOT, it's not my call. The DOT has called and said they have got to go. And I was supposed to have had them up last week, but I wanted to be courteous about it and try to contact, whoever. But what we're going to do is we're going to pick them up. If they don't fall apart or whatever, we'll take them down here to the city barn if nobody else gets them. And that's where they'll be for a while.
Right.
And then, eventually we'll have to do something with them. But that's what we're going to do right now. And so they will be gone. And if there's anybody out there that, wants to stake claim on them, you need to do that pretty quick.
Right.
Because they're going to be gone this week.
Yep.
If the weather permits.
So if you would like to volunteer for any kind of cleanup, we can, whatever you're good at. We still need equipment. We need pressure washers, chainsaws,
Weed
shears,
eaters.
Weed eaters.
Hey, just
those big shovels.
You'll just show up.
Yeah, muscles. That would be great. If you want to volunteer, contact. You can contact here at the radio station, I'm sure. But Monda, myself, Nathan, Cody Sims, Ann's kind of got volunteered on a project. So,
hey, I wanted to work in the creek.
Well, you know what? We're putting you there.
All right. I got boots in the car to work in the creek.
Well, we just have to be careful about but I got your job.
Okay.
Now that we've cleaned it, or that's going to be cleaned up.
Right. What time are we starting on Saturday this week?
I don't know.
Was it 8 or 9?
Probably about 8.
Yeah, so 8 o'clock.
Lunch is going to be furnished.
Ingalls parking lot, that's the hub for the day on April the 2nd. If it rains, it will be April the 9th. Is that right?
Yes, that will be the...
Rain date's April the 9th. So sign up, volunteer. We need all the hands we can get. It's a 2-mile city stretch, and we want it all done. So other things can be done.
And there'll be a lot to do.
Yes, tons. Tons.
Okay. Well, hey, Holly, I'm excited about it.
I am too.
This is our home.
Yeah.
Right.
It's a community. It deserves a community response.
And even though the city is small, everything revolves around the city.
Yes, it does.
If you live in the county, you come to the city to shop. You come here your kids go to school here.
Right.
I mean, everything revolves around a city.
Hey, and the county is great. The county has been so good to work with the city now. Ted's going to come himself, have some county equipment to help.
There's several civic groups already volunteered. So
yes, the linemen's college down there, they've done come up with 20 linemen to work that day.
Yeah.
Randy and Mike Lawson.
Oh, I seen after that meeting the other day, I was going home and I seen Randy and Mike, they was talking about there where you get off the interstate.
Yeah, they're going to cut the
They
trees.
was over there that day. As I was going home, they was over there and I could see them out there. They was pointing and talking and.
Yeah. So far, we have the Greater Day business owners. We have the Chamber of Commerce. We have Craig Taylor, Mike and Randy Lawson. We have Tanner Faircloth, who works with some of the clubs at the high school that are going to come and volunteer. Did I miss anybody?
I can't remember off the top of my head, but
I don't know.
The veterans, the Legion Hall.
Oh yeah, they. I do remember.
And then what's Eloise Gass's?
Tree City.
Now Eloise will get on you about that garbage.
Oh yeah.
I would not want to be in front of Eloise and throw a cup out the window.
No.
Okay, we're gonna close up, but we want to remind you March the 19th about the fundraiser.
Absolutely, and you'll be hearing much more about that.
Jimmy and Johnny Bradford's son, Bobby Bradford, who got new lungs. There will be people coming around trying to collect. Well, it'll be Ann and I.
Yeah.
We're going to try
whoever went volunteering
we're going to do
help
a
us,
silent
but
auction.
Yeah.
So
and you anybody out there can notify me and Monda with a silent auction item, and we'll put them back and that's a great way to raise money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, thank you all. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye. Okay.
You've been watching Around Town on KWN Community TV Channel 7. The views and opinions on tonight's program are not necessarily those of staff nor the management of KWN Community TV Channel 7 and Dade County Broadcasting Incorporated. Join us every week for another edition of Around Town on KWN TV 7.
Thank you for watching Live and Local KWN TV.